Greetings everyone, and welcome to yet another closer look video. This time around we're going to do something a little bit different. I know normally I'll pull off like some big Uber DVD or Blu-ray box set and we'll spend ages poring over the details. This time I've got something a little bit different in mind for you. As you know, I recently picked up Starcom, the U.S. Space Force, the complete series set put out by Mill Creek. But what you may not know is this isn't the first home video release that Starcom has had. Up until this DVD release, the only other way to enjoy the show was on VHS. Yeah. It's been a while since I opened this. There we go. Good old VHS. And I actually have every single volume of VHS tapes that they released of Starcom. Now, for the huge stack of tapes that this is, they didn't actually release every single episode. No, all those tapes together comprise 10 of the 13 episodes. Yeah, they were really milking it for all they were worth. And then didn't even finish it on top of that. If they'd done like one more 3-episode tape, we could have had all 13 episodes. So up until now, with this lovely DVD collection, that's the only way I've been able to enjoy it. Like, I digitized all those tapes a while back to have my own, digital collection of them. And then I got the 3 remaining episodes from a fellow fan who just happened to have them on tape from back in the day. So he very generously furnished me with copies of them. So that's the only way I've been able to enjoy the complete series. So needless to say, this is quite an upgrade. But I thought it might be kind of fun to take a look at the Starcom releases of the past and check out the VHS releases. So that's what we're going to do on a closer look today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, well, let's put this on the shelf here, and let's head on down to ye old black box, and we'll check out the multitude of VHS releases of Starcom, the U.S. Space Force. Why did I put the box so far away this time? There, kinda. Well, I'll just have to lean forward a bit. Alright, so let's start from the beginning. This first tape was actually my introduction to Starcom. I just happened across it in my travels and bought it. I can't even remember how much it was. Knowing how much VHS tapes tended to go for back in the day, this was probably about 15 or 20 bucks. Single episode tape featuring the very first episode, Nantucket Sleigh Ride. There we go. So this was actually being put out by Golden Book Video and Deke Video, so it was pretty much a direct release from Deke Entertainment. They did a few shows in this way. They all had the blue border and such. It was just kind of the style of them, and then artwork in the middle. Honestly, not the most stellar presentations. Basically just a screenshot on the front. But then on the back, we actually have some artwork from the toys, which is pretty cool, and a little description there. So, yeah, this was not uncommon for animated shows back in the 80s to just get single episode releases like this. And there you go, nice blue label there. And as you can see, not a lot of tape on there because it's just a single episode. But I actually did not even realize this was the first episode of the series. I just thought it was a random episode. I had no idea how many episodes there were in the series. I just naturally assumed it was 65 episodes like most shows at the time. But it was not. It was only 13. So I showed this to my friends, and they thought, the animation was definitely above average for that type of, a show from that era. So then, for a long time, that was the only volume I had until the wonderful days of eBay. And then through eBay, I actually managed to pick up all the rest of the releases. So next up, chronologically speaking, we have another single episode tape with episode 2, Trojan Crowbar, and like that. Should show you the spines here too. So you got, looks pretty good on the shelf actually, generally speaking. Although you'll notice they kind of made some variations to the design over the course of the releases. Now this is actually a full complete box with, it actually has a fold-out flap like that. And then the tape, fold that there. And the tape just comes out like that. And there you go. I think on mine, I actually cut the flap off. I know, what was I thinking, defacing a box like that? But for whatever reason, I chose to remove the flap, I guess just so the tape could be got out more easily. And there you go, so quite nice. So that is Trojan Crowbar. What was next? Well, chronologically, the next episode was one called The Long Fall, but we'll get to that in just a moment here. Yeah, so chronologically speaking, we would have this one, which is actually a 3-episode tape in a clamshell case entitled Galactic Adventures. Now this cover design I like a lot more because it doesn't have that tacky blue. It's just a full image from the show and then the logo overlaid on it. I think it looks much nicer. And then a slightly darker blue for the spine. Like if we compare it here, you'll see quite a difference in color there. And of course, this being a clamshell case, it's a little taller. But this one was actually 3 episodes. So you'll see episode 3, The Long Fall, right in the middle there. We got Fire and Ice, which is actually episode 5. And then we have The Caverns of Mars, which is actually episode 4. So we have episodes 3, 4, and 5, but in completely mucked up order as 5, 3, 4. Why? Why do they do it that way? I don't know. And crack that open. And they don't have the blue labels this time. It's just a standard white label. As you can see, a lot more tape there, indicating a longer running time. And they do also have another white label on the front there. So next up, we've got, let's see, what chronologically would be next. We would have, I guess we would have this one, which is another 3-episode tape. We actually have Battle Blazers, which, again, has the same kind of cover scheme as the clamshell one. This was the last of the regular case ones. So this also has 3 episodes on it. In this case, we have episode 6, the Galactic Heartbeat. We've got episode 12, Flash Moskowitz Space Cadet, and episode 13, The Last Star Ranger. So you've actually got the last 2 episodes of the series here, randomly paired up with episode 6. And this also has the flap on it like that, and slightly different again. We've actually got red lettering on the label this time. And there you go. So kind of cool. The 3-episode tapes seemed to be a lot harder to find. And then let's see. Next up we have, I guess we'll go with this one. We have episode 7, another single episode tape, The Boys Who Cried Dark. Now this one actually did suffer some damage. I actually got it like that. But the tapes were getting hard to find, so I wasn't being overly picky about condition. I just wanted them to be complete. And there we go. So The Boys Who Cried Dark, which is episode 7. Very nice. And actually we don't have blue labels here either. We actually have the white labels again. So, and then we have, which one is this? This is episode 10, Turnabout. So another, and this is also damaged, you can see. And it's got rental stickers on it, and the front flap's been cut off. Bam! Sorry about that. Yeah, battery died, and I still don't have that replacement charger yet, so hopefully we'll get this video finished before my smaller, less lengthy battery dies. So where were we? We're looking at Turnabout. So, yeah, so Turnabout, as you can see, lots of damage to the case. Fantastic. Red lettering, white label again, and there we go. Oh, and a... there you go. Please be kind. Please rewind. Right there. There's something from a bygone era. Don't see that on a DVD or a Blu-ray. Well, unless they're, making a joke. And a little bit rough on the spine there. There used to be a sticker there. The sticker has been removed, and you can just see some glue residue there. Yummy. All right, and then finally, this one came out a few years later. I'm not actually sure what the release date was on this. It just has the copyright date of the show. We have another one from Deke Video, this time just a standalone VHS release of The Long Fall. And you know, there's quite a different cover design on this one as well. And there we go. So quite different indeed. And then actually the cover image of one of the baddies there is actually this image. The difference being it's not cropped here. You can actually see the full image, whereas here it's quite severely cropped. And yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I have to say, like, for screen grabs, these are pretty high quality, so I'm kind of wondering, do they have film prints of these kicking around somewhere? Like, wouldn't that be nice? Well, maybe not by now, you know, almost 30 years later, but possibly back in the day. So, yeah, so I guess we'll just take a little peek at all of them together here. Yeah, so I only actually had two with the blue labels. It was Nantucket Sleigh Ride and Trojan Crowbar. The rest had the white labels, like that. And then the, I guess I should show you this one, see what the difference is. Oh, completely different entirely. They just printed it straight on the case. Yeah, a lot of VHS releases did this sort of later in the era of VHS. It was cheaper than having a label. And the nice part about this is it doesn't come off. It just stays on. I mean, I guess you could scrape it off with sandpaper, but nothing there. But, you know, it's not like a label where the glue would dry over the years and stuff like that. And, I mean, if you look at this is in fantastic condition. It's actually quite nice indeed. But yeah, if we just kind of take a look here at all of them together. Do it like this. Ta-da! There we go. Starcom, the U.S. Space Force, on VHS. And we'll just throw the DVD in there too. Awesome. So there you go. All that was ever released of Starcom, the U.S. Space Force, on VHS. Yeah, as I said, for a long time, that was the only way us Starcom fans could enjoy the show, unless we happened to be lucky enough to have taped it off TV at the time. Of course, whenever presented with the option of having a TV recording versus an official release, I mean, even back in 1987, I would take the official release every time. Because, I mean, not only were you getting SP mode video quality, you were often getting hi-fi sound, and you weren't having, and this is before the days of digital broadcasting and such too, so you'd still have, you know, fuzzy transmissions and stuff. You didn't have any of those problems with the actual VHS releases because they were done right, straight off the actual masters, so they were as close to perfect as you could get. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this special closer look at a bit of ye old VHS collection, kind of related to a recent DVD release there. Yeah, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Oh, hey, just before we go, I'd like to take a moment to give a hearty thank you to all of my Patreon sponsors. Definitely appreciate the support. Special big thanks to Kyle Pellegrini, who is currently my highest level sponsor. So thank you very much for the support, dude. Really, really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone else who's come out to help support the channel with a Patreon sponsorship. I really appreciate that a lot. If you'd like to join the party, please do. Every little bit helps. No amount is too big, no amount is too small. It all goes right back into the show here, allowing me to pick up more stuff to review, and upgrades for the computer, upgrades for the camera, things like that. And yeah, definitely appreciate the support. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and sayonara.